Hey there, welcome to the part 2 of Advanced Concepts of N10. In the first part, we mastered the N10's core concepts and workflows. Now imagine taking it to the next level with cutting edge external technologies like private AI models, vector databases, retrieval augmented generation, in short, RAG. This might sound fancy, but I'll break them down for you in a way that's simple, practical, and actionable. By the end of this session, you'll know which technology to refer to for which task of yours. Let's start. The first thing we'll learn about is retrieval augmented generation. Ever asked an AI a complex question and it responded with a vague or outdated information? With retrieval augmented generation, we solve the problem by combining the power of large language models with our own private data. Here's how it works. First, store your data in a file like a document or FAQs or knowledge bases in a retrievable format like a vector database. Then, when a query comes in, the workflow retrieves the most relevant data and passes it to LLM to generate a more accurate, context aware response. We've already used or learned to use RAG in the previous videos. If you haven't seen it, please go through it and you'll have a much better clarity about how retrieval augmented workflow works. To give you an example, here is the user who asks a question to RAG that sends this query to the vector database which we have in our server or maybe external servers. That database is returns the most relatable text back to our system, which is then sent to LLMs for processing and converting into human readable and understandable format, which is then sent back to the user. This is how the flow of RAG is. Now, RAG requires vector databases. But what are vector databases? These are the brains behind many modern AI applications. Imagine you have thousands of customer support tickets and you want to quickly find related ones to answer a new query. A vector database can do that. Here's the magic. Instead of storing plain text in a stored data as embeddings, mathematical representations of text, images, or any content. Here's the magic. Instead of storing plain text, it stores data as embeddings, mathematical representation of text, images, or any content. This allows it to perform similarity search lightning fast. We have already used vector database in the RAG operations in the earlier videos. Please do check out if you have missed. By pairing vector DBs to N10, you open the door to workflows that don't just automate but also understand and adapt. Now, with all this data which we have and we want answers to, but sometimes it raises the security concern that LLMs should not get our data and maybe leak it to someone else who is querying that data accidentally. A somewhat similar case happened in the Samsung labs in Korea, where data got leaked, leading to the ban on ChatGPT in Samsung environment. So the solution to this is private LLMs. Picture this. You want to leverage AI's power but can't use public tools due to privacy concerns at your office or maybe for any of your personal projects. That's where private LLMs come in. Platforms like Olama or tools like Hugging Face lets you deploy AI models on your servers. These models are trained or fine-tuned on your data, ensuring privacy and relevance. How does it work? You can deploy a private LLM using Olama or Hugging Face, set up an API connection to your N10 workflows, use this LLM for tasks like summarizing proprietary data, analyzing reports, or generation content. This is a game changer for businesses needing AI tailored to their unique needs while keeping data secure. I can foresee all the major organizations or even smaller organizations having their own LLMs running in their private servers that has all the information of how to work with their systems and maybe with their programs or code. In the later part of the video, specifically in the bonus section, I'll show you how to install private LLM in your own server. Cool, right? So as you have mentioned Hugging Face, let's discuss that in detail. Hugging Face is a treasure trove of AI models. From language understanding to image recognition, Hugging Face provides pre-trained models you can easily integrate into your workflows. Key concepts of Hugging Face are: it has transformers, which is the core technology powering many models, enabling deep understanding of context. It has pre-trained model on its platform, which are ready to use models for tasks like text classification, translation, and many more. It also has the feature to fine tune those models as per our specific needs. The last one is embeddings. We have talked about embeddings or mentioned embeddings a lot of times in the previous videos. But what are those? They are the AI secret sauce behind many AI applications. The embeddings are numerical representations of data that help machines understand the relationship between different places of information. For example, words like cat and kitten have similar embeddings, so AI knows they are related. Entire document can be converted into embeddings for faster, smarter searches. How to use them in N10? Generate embeddings using tools like OpenAI's API or Hugging Face models. Store these embeddings in a vector database. Use these workflows for tasks like semantic search, clustering similar records, or improving chatbot responses. Embedding workflows are like giving N10 a sixth sense. It doesn't just automate, it understands. And there we have covered a lot of topics in this video, from RAG and vector databases to private LLMs, Hugging Face, and embeddings. Now you have the toolkit of advanced external concepts that can supercharge your N10 workflow. Remember, the beauty of automation is that it evolves with you. Don't be afraid to experiment combining these tools and creating big, complex workflows that are not just smart but transformative.